y'all here again, another one of my YouTube videos. And send me emails at my unincourt@gmail.com address. And a lot of current events. I'm going to start out with the situation in Los Angeles that would have been unimaginable in the days of my youth, back in the day when we had peace officers, not law enforcement thugs. But apparently, two of these individuals were attacked in a car at 5 a.m. in the morning. They got shot up and they were sent to the hospital. As far as I know, neither of them has died, but they had a pretty large group outside the hospital chanting for the police to die and get it over with. That would be stunning to our forefathers and the framers of the Constitution, that things have gotten so far out of hand. But I'm going to tell you, it's not like when I was growing up, we actually had peace officers. Now we not only have law enforcement thugs, a lot of these may come from ex-military service, and that's hardly a qualification for that job, about which more later. But for that to even be, I mean, think about it. People out there chanting for cops to die, and they're saying, well, what goes around comes around. If you're going to go out and, kill, maim, and shoot a lot of black men, which has happened recently, and about which more later on that too. That's divide and conquer. We'll get to that on the next video. But why should we care about your lives if you don't care about ours? That's in effect what that's saying. Hard to disagree with it, especially, with the knowledge I've amassed over the course of 5 decades, and now in my 15th year all in against the bastards. And the big problem you have, with law enforcement people, and you should get on the horn here, either the county council, the attorney general, or the territorial governor of your quote unquote state, and ask why they haven't trained you in the faithful execution of the laws. And I'd say 90+% of what you do, is based on statutory quote unquote crimes, aka today public offenses. And these are commercial crimes. You can check that out at 27 CFR Code of Federal Regulations 7211. If that's true, and it is, commercial crimes, the Supreme Court has ruled that the Commerce Clause powers of Congress are closely associated with the admiralty jurisdiction. Cases New Jersey Steam v. Merchants Bank, 6 Howard 344. Now, admiralty jurisdiction is not a jurisdiction that a state court can exercise. It's constitutionally barred. Article 3, Section 2, simple, no question about it. So that raises, the crown jewel of all of my unopposed issues that I advocate: state versus territory. Where the hell are we? So that being the case, if these law enforcement thugs got trained properly, they would know, for example, the vehicle code isn't enforceable except against maybe Chase Bank, IBM, Microsoft, whoever, artificial corporate entities who owe their quote unquote birthright citizenship to Section 1 of the non-existent 14th War Amendment. Now, these are the kinds of issues that we need to present, and across the board, knock off all this 150 years of divide and conquer already. We're all on the same side here, or should be. And we start presenting these issues, and not the BS crap from civil rights from an amendment that I can prove does not exist. We get a lot farther and a lot quicker in doing it. So like I say, in a way, it's unfortunate that it's come to this, where you have people outside the hospital actually chanting for cops to die. But given the circumstances, especially the last 4 or 5 years, going back at least as far as Eric Garner, and of course what happens in most of these cases is the official investigations, independent, find no wrongdoing on the part of these law enforcement thugs, because the fix is in the state capitals, with the PACs, the political activity committees of the law enforcement thugs, and the State Bar Association. They see to it that only in a rare case they have to make it look good. And in the case of Minnesota, maybe one of those, George Floyd, maybe, they have to make it look good so as to look like people really have rights, and they know damn well that you don't. And the government is based on the principle that you have no rights the de facto national socialist government is bound to respect. Simple as that. But every now and again, to make it look good, they have to do something on occasion, and there may even be some people get some serious jail time in Minnesota if there's a trial, and there won't be. The deal probably has already been cut there. Story for another day. But going back to this situation, I couldn't imagine growing up fourth, fifth, sixth grade, something like this could potentially ever happen. Because they were peace officers. They were on your side. They weren't out there enforcing the damn traffic laws, insurance laws, revenue laws. It just didn't happen. And it wasn't supposed to. That's not how we, the people, ordained and established this Constitution to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. And that's what we have to get back to and get used to it, people. Our posterity, free, white, male, 21. That's the way it was. That's the way it is and should be. If we get back to our independent states, and yeah, they're white states, I get that. But that's the issue. They're going so far out of the way to remove every vestige, for example, of the war between the states, every Confederate monument. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Jefferson Memorial gets knocked down. I mean, he was a racist, right? Damn. But they don't want you to know, because we're the ones that have the rights, creator endowed inalienable rights. And a lot of you Asians and Africans out there can do the same thing, at least to a very good extent, much better than anything you're going to find in civil rights, and make the same argument. You're an inhabitant of a territory or an inhabitant of a state. That's a hell of a lot better status. So we start doing this, and now we have the situation where we can prove that law enforcement is acting outside the scope of their authorities. That's personal liability. There isn't a hint of even qualified immunity, let alone absolute immunity, like you give all these civil rights BS statutes. And how many of these people do you think it's going to take to go to jail for them to finally get the message? To start doing your damn job already. Call on a governor or whoever it is to teach you what it is you're supposed to be doing, and do it right. And leave us the hell alone. So yeah, I'm a little passionate about this. I'm angry about this. It doesn't need to happen. It shouldn't be happening. And I think we have the power to fix it. To that end, by the way, please send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, on my constitutional defense document packets. And where you get a load at the issues that are in there. I just used them, by the way, to get a big win in my Oakland felony case. And we're in the process of handling the back end now. We won't even have to file a complaint. Civil rights, nothing. It isn't going to happen. So these are the issues that win. And that's what I want you to learn. Teach your children, teach your posterity, so they don't run into this crap at any time in their lives without being able to defend themselves properly. That's the whole point of exactly what I do. So yeah, there's going to be a good chunk of change of money coming here, no question about that. But the real deal is, and a jury is going to see this, which we're never going to see one, we're going to have credibility. We want changes that will benefit the jury as well. That's how we get them. I got a little bit of a feel here. I apologize about that, but this is an astounding situation that, it's just hard to envision for someone of the baby boomer generation, something like this could happen. That said, the quicker we get out there, the more of us and the more diversity we have, the quicker we make changes and get back to the government we're supposed to have, which won't be perfect, but we can go from there and make changes consistent with the Constitution, not in contravention of it. Been going on for too damn long now, 150 years, if not longer than that. It needs to stop. That said, like my videos, subscribe, tell your friends, get the word out. Thank you.